Hello, fellow metalheads. How's everybody doing today? I'm going to do a little Black Sabbath time today for you. I'm going to just name my top four Black Sabbath albums, in my humble opinion. Um, I like all the Black Sabbath albums, really. Technical Ecstasy, Never Say Die. Kind of went down a peg a little bit, in my opinion, but they got right back up there with Dio on Heaven and Hell and what was it, Mob Rules. So, but yeah, first five or six, whatever it was, really classic. I try to tell a little metal story real quick. Most of my videos are only 10, 12, 15 minutes, whatever. My metal story for today is my buddy when he turned 16, he had an orange King Cobra, a Mustang King Cobra. Not very good on performance, but they look cool. Anyways, it had the original 8-track tape deck in it, and his mom went to a garage sale and bought 4 8-track tapes at 10 cents a piece. This is 1983 at a garage sale. And we got really lucky because I don't know where that garage sale was or who sold them, but they were 4 excellent 8-track tapes. And so we always talk about how lucky we were that his mom went to this garage sale. Those tapes were Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, Nazareth Hair of the Dog, Deep Purple Machine Head, and Black Sabbath Paranoid. And we got to drive around and listen to those 8-tracks. And we played the heck out of them. It was really cool that she found those. So 40 cents for those 4 awesome albums and its compilation, Alice Cooper. But anyways, that's my metal story for today, my fond metal memory story for today, or hard rock, whichever you want to call it. But anyways, my greatest top four Sabbath albums. Start out number 4, volume 4. Super heavy album, super great, love it. You got Wheels of Confusion, Snowblind, Super Knot, just a great album. Like all the first 5 or 6 albums, Ozzy albums, every song on it's great, and there isn't really an early Sabbath album that I don't love, but I'm just doing a top 4 for the heck of it, So volume 4 would be number 4. At number 3 would be Sabotage. I played the heck out of that cassette tape when I got it. Everything was cassette tape back then, and we would you had to go to the tape used to try to find stuff in the used tapes, because at the mall back then, I can remember brand new tapes were $8, $9 a piece, and this is back in $7 at least, $7.96, $8.96. They just raked you over the coals in them malls back then, and that's what tapes were going for. So you tried to go to a used tape store or used records and tapes. I had a record player too, but tapes were the new thing, and then you got the extended dynamic range, the clear ones, and you really thought you had something special. I got an XDR, look at this, and I don't know if it was brainwashing or what, but for some reason I thought they did sound better, those XDR tapes, and they seem to hold up well too. But anyways, we go to the used albums and used tapes you could find for like $3 a piece, which was cool. But Sabotage, I had just the white, it was the white tape with the black lettering, Black Sabbath Sabotage, on the cassette itself, which most of them were back then. And played the heck out of that thing, loved it. Then after a while, you'd lose your pad on the bottom, and you could take a little bit of super glue and put your pad back on with some tweezers and keep playing the tape. Those tapes were pretty durable, and I like analog sound anyways. So, but I would go with Sabotage at number 3. Number 2 would be their self-titled, Black Sabbath. Uh, every song on there is great. You all know what they are if you're into metal at all. Just a great album. Probably the most pivotal album in metal hard rock history. When that came out, it pretty much changed the landscape. Sabbath and Motorhead both, they changed the way a lot of bands thought about how they wanted their sound to be, and just an influence on everybody, generations of bands and fans, and stood the test of time. It still sounds as great as ever. All the Sabbath albums do. Love that Sabbath debut album. One of the best. Cover, one of my favorite covers. Awesome. Speaking of covers, back to number 3 for a second, Sabotage. The critics panned that cover, and the band hated that cover because they came in for a practice shoot. So the story goes, and Bill Ward was wearing his wife's tights, and I'm talking about Sabotage, and now I digress back to number 3. And a lot of critics say that's one of the worst album covers of all time, and it's silly, and this and that. I actually kind of like that album cover. I'm one of the few that would say, hey guys, it wasn't that bad. I like the way they, the mirror, they face front, and in the mirror they face front. If you turn the album over, you seen the back of them, and you seen the back of them in the mirror. That was kind of clever. The outfits weren't that great. The rest of them didn't look that, Ward looked silly, but Ozzy's and the rest of them, they weren't dressed that horribly. I always kind of like that Sabotage cover. I'm one of the few, I guess, but let me know what you think of it. But anyways, like I said, back to number 2 would be Black Sabbath's self-titled, and then my favorite album of all time. Not just Black Sabbath albums, but my favorite album of all time, Master of Reality. It just punches you in the teeth. It's so heavy and sludgy, and that's the type of Sabbath I like, which their debut album had a lot of that too. And man, every song on there, Sweet Leaf, Into the Void, Children of the Grave, all of those songs are just awesome. What's the one? Lord of this World. I don't have anything right in front of me, but all the songs on Master of Reality, so awesome. To me, that's the best album ever made. Bold statement, I know, but that's just my humble opinion on what I think of Master Reality. I like everything about it. I played the heck out of that thing. But anyways, I hear Ozzy's in Switzerland. They kind of got him secluded during this coronavirus and making sure he doesn't get sick. He's had some pneumonia trouble and things like that. And maybe they've let him out by now. I don't know. I don't keep up on everything. But I hope he's doing well. It's amazing that all 4 members of that monumental, pivotal, legendary band are still alive. They've all been through some stuff. Iommi with the cancer and Ward with his problems, and seems like Butler's, chugging along fairly well, but those guys are getting older, we sure need to appreciate them while they're on the earth with us, and it's a blessing that they are. I wish Ozzy the best. I hope that, I know he's had a lot of trouble with his lungs and things like that, so especially dangerous time for him and this plague that we got going on. And just happy that all 4 of those guys are still with us at this point. And anyways, just a shout out to Black Sabbath, and big influence on my life and my musical life, and can't say enough about them. Just the best band of all time. My favorite album of all time is with this group. So all you Black Sabbath guys out there, peace, and hope you have a good day.